Krishna, dearest souls. Welcome back for another Hare Krishna Mahamantra music meditation. And why is this called Mahamantra? It's described as the great mantra. Maha means great because it's meant to cleanse the heart, clean out the heart, clean out the mind. You know, there's this great saint in the soul, His Holiness Devamrita Swami, who likens the mind to a dusty and filthy attic that's not been touched for years and years. And, you know, expressing this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it's like going up to the attic maybe after 10 years or so and waving a hanky, and suddenly we see a whole lot of dust come up, which are all of our thoughts and feelings, and maybe traumas are there, could be dearest souls out there in the world, or I'm just going to pause 1 second. And you know, also all of our desires as well, all of our baggage basically that we've been carrying on to, it comes up. But you know, we might get a shock when that happens, but what's happening actually is that all of that gunk, so to speak, is being lifted up, and then it gets, if I'm going to say, dearest souls, it gets cleansed away, and then you're left with peace. The ancient yoga meditation text of ancient India, Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, it talks about being completely equipoised, you know, in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, I think, anyway. I could be wrong, please correct me, dear soul out there, or souls out there, I should say, if I'm wrong. But, yeah, then we're left with these really amazing qualities, and one might ask, well, Jusao, my name's Jusao, for those of you who don't know who I am, or what my name is, I should say, another designation. You might say, well, do you have any of these qualities? My answer would be no, because it's a gradual process. However, you do see radical differences even immediately in terms of, you know, what you start to focus on, find pleasure in, you know, where your mind goes instead of where it used to go. All of the old baggage just fades away, and then you might ask, Jusao, you know, does that mean that we're just all the same? You know, we're just all of these empty shells, so to speak. No, you still have your personality, or at least that's my awareness of the ancient yoga meditation wisdom from ancient India, what these ancient yoga meditation texts explain from ancient India, if that makes sense to yourselves out there in the world, is that you're still you. It's just the things that we used to think were us, and we used to maybe heavily identify with, we're not, so I'm going to say, dearest souls, we're no longer identified with them, and we're no longer attached to them. And I'm talking about everything that's just not serving us, but we can't quite shake off on our own. And so we might be thinking, well, that's quite humiliating to come to the point of realization, if that makes sense to ourselves out there in the world, where you see, actually, no, I can't do it all on my own. You know, people try repressing desires, people try and, you know, make themselves empty of thoughts. But from what I've seen and from what I've heard as well, it just becomes like a show, you know. There's how some people are in the public eye, and then there's their private life, which is very different. But this is a very holistic meditation. It targets every part of your life and your being, if that makes sense, dearest souls, whether you like it or not. You know, if you have fears, this meditation will make you face those fears, but you have the strength that comes from this meditation, which is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which enables you to tackle them in a genuine way. Whereas, so many people are fearful, for example, but then how do we usually tackle the fear? We maybe deal with it with some sort of addiction. We may appear very strong and like we have everything together on the outside, but really on the inside there may be so much fear, there may be so much loneliness that we just don't know how to shake off or deal with. And the ancient yoga meditation wisdom from ancient India explains that this is a genuine way in which you can tackle every single aspect of yourself to then gain benefit and transformation in all of those aspects of self and with all aspects of your life, And we can see in these great souls. One example I always give is His Holiness Devamrita Swami. You can even tell just by being in his presence, or by hearing even what he speaks about, that it's coming from a very genuine and authentic place. In other words, dear souls out there in the world. And it's never just with these great souls, as far as I'm aware, it's never just talk, and then act a completely different way. What they're speaking, they're completely imbibing. I think that's a real word. I apologize if it's not, dear souls out there in the world, but they're living it, basically. That's my awareness, anyway, of what's happening. But the ancient yoga meditation wisdom from ancient India, these ancient yoga meditation texts from ancient India, explain that that is the process. That's what should happen if it's approached with sincerity and, heart as well. The heart, from what I hear, when we put our heart into this meditation, it simply speeds up the process. We can approach it mechanically, and it's okay because for some of us, maybe we've forgotten how to put our heart into something, or maybe we've stopped putting our heart into things because our heart's been broken. And I've been in that situation. It's a gradual process to relearn how to invest your heart into something that's actually going to benefit you in a genuine way. Because maybe what's happened for some of us, I could be wrong, but at least in my personal experience, I've put my heart into things and then not gotten the reciprocation that I thought I was going to get, and so it just leaves me with like, oh, why would I want to do that again? And so, yeah, all I can do is warmly recommend. Ultimately, it's everyone's choice as to whether they try the meditation or not. And I say that very loosely because we have so much room to try it at our own pace and in our own way. It's never like, don't, you must do like I did, and if you didn't, then you're a bad person. No, that's craziness, in my opinion. We're all different, so of course we're going to approach everything differently. But what I would recommend is, warmly, I should say, dear souls out there in the world, is, definitely try it using this mantra, this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that I probably wouldn't recommend changing, because this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it's been specifically prescribed for this age to cleanse the heart, to cleanse the atmosphere, as far as I'm aware, and can remember from what I've heard of great saints and souls out there in the world, and also from what I've read. However, I was actually just listening to a great saint and soul, and he was saying on his journey to genuine fulfillment, he came across the word Rama, or the name, I should say, in other words, dear souls out there in the world, Rama. And so for a period of time, he would just say the name Rama over and over again. From what I remember, like non-stop, basically, for like a length of time, basically, on his journey. And that led to something else. So, wherever we want to start or try it out, I should say, to ourselves out there in the world, or however we do it, there are really no hard and fast rules, because whatever we begin with, it will naturally on its own lead to something else, something brighter, something greater, more satisfaction, more feeling of love, more fulfillment, more brightness on the inside. Because this body, it can collapse in a second. That's at least my experience anyway. And then it can get well again, and then it can collapse again, as far as I'm aware, and so to try and take solace in that which can just stop at any moment, it's almost like banging our head against the wall, expecting a different result every time, but all we're feeling is frustration. And so this is a way to break out of that head banging and turn our head around to something that can give us more than any other friend can give us, any other restaurant outing can give us, all of these things. So we'll begin with some Hare Krishna Maha Mantra meditation. And for those of you who don't know what this mantra is or how to say it, how it goes, basically, in other words, to ourselves out there in the world, it's comprised of 3 names, Hare, Krishna, and Rama. And then those 3 names are comprised and constructed into a 16-named sentence, which goes Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. And I'll say it one more time. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Maybe one more time. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. And maybe one more time. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. It can be sung. I always say it can be hummed, mouthed, thought, screamed, shouted. Anything is possible. Anything we need. Anything that's going to help us take to it, because, of what it can provide on the inside. So, we'll begin with some musical styled meditation, if that makes sense to yourselves out there in the world. I'm going to sing this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Feel free to sing along with me. Either every mantra, every second mantra, I actually don't mind at all. Whatever's going to help, or hum it with me, think it with me, mouth this mantra with me, scream this mantra with me, shout this mantra with me. It's up to you. It's in your hands. Okay, so we'll begin. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare... That's too high. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all for your participation. I do apologize, that was a little bit externally, I guess, not so well put together, so I apologize. But what I do try for is as much heart as I can put into these meditations, because that's the only place where our heart can be fully soothed, at least in my personal experience, and fully satisfied, at least in my personal experience, dear souls out there in the world, and fully satisfied. Unless I have said that already, I'm sorry if I have, dear souls out there in the world. Hope that all makes sense, dear souls out there in the world. Please forgive me, dear souls out there in the world. Yeah, that's... Over time, I should say, dear souls out there in the world, you see more and more that that is where your heart belongs, because that might sound a little bit scary, but when you think about it, where we've tried to put our heart, it can't stay there. If we try and put our heart in a boyfriend or a girlfriend or someone who identifies differently, that at the end of the day, a body's a body, at least from what I understand from the ancient yoga meditation wisdom from ancient India, these ancient yoga meditation texts from ancient India, when we try and put our heart into that which is always coming and going, it, by definition, as far as I'm aware, it can't stay there forever, and so maybe then we just try to juggle, and a lot of people may or may not, but as far as I'm aware, they may call that a successful life, being able to juggle so many things and try and invest your heart. Excuse me, dear souls out there in the world, or I should say Hare Krishna, dear souls out there in the world. Trying to invest our heart in so many different things that are eventually going to leave us, and everything on the material level will all leave us at the time of death, which we may not like to think about, but it's helpful to think about it sometimes, in terms of the fact that, yeah, everything that we're accumulating right now, it will leave us, and are those things even satisfying our hearts? Are they soothing our hearts? And if the answer is no, I wouldn't recommend changing your life. Just considering, you know, okay, well, what can soothe my heart? What can satisfy my heart? And there are so many, as far as I'm aware, ancient and sacred processes out there. The only problem, I would call it a problem anyway, is that I'm only familiar really with this ancient sacred process, and that's why I, share it with others, because, yeah, anything that's genuine, it's going to have a genuine effect. So I can't judge or say anything about anyone else who's found something that's different but is just as genuine, or is actually cleaning out their heart and cleaning out their mind. But what I can say is this method of expressing the Hare Krishna Mantra definitely does. It definitely does that. So I would say that it's definitely worth trying. There's this great saint and soul, His Holiness Devamrita Swami, who, as far as I am aware of, he began with one mantra a day. Yeah, and now he's a truly heavy-hearted living entity, that still walks the earth. Yeah, so we can all have that. It's not that it's, just for these people, or, it's only for that person. No, that would be crazy. And it wouldn't make sense, in my opinion. This is for everyone. If you are a soul, then it's for you, And, sorry to say, but we kind of all are, or we really, sorry to say to ourselves, we really all are. Because what else can illuminate the body? What else can make this body conscious? From what I understand, it is us, soul. And so how do we feed the soul? We've been taught how to feed the body nicely. We've been told how to take care of the mind, but maybe some of us haven't even been taught these things. So this process is about taking full responsibility. Things become clearer and clearer and clearer in terms of what is most important, which, from what I understand of the ancient yoga meditation wisdom from ancient India, these ancient yoga meditation texts from ancient India, it's about taking responsibility of all aspects of self, body, mind, you, soul, to the best of your ability, because we all have different strengths and weaknesses. But from what I've seen of others who have gone very deep into this process, deeper than I have, their strengths blossom and their weaknesses fade away. Everything that doesn't serve us and is not wanted, currently it fades away over time. So something to ponder on and maybe even try. It could be like while you're doing the dishes, I say sometimes to people, you might think, I might just try singing this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra while I'm doing the dishes. Big deal, The dishes maybe take 10 minutes or an hour, depending on how thorough you are at washing dishes. But, you find that either way it doesn't matter. What matters most is how deep we go on the inside. Still doing the necessary to the best of our ability. Taking care of everything that we need to take care of to the best of our ability, and that will be different for everyone, all the while remembering, what is most important, which is your inner cultivation of cleaning out the consciousness that's wrong, actually, cleaning up the mind, expanding the consciousness, that's my understanding anyway, and cleaning out the heart, this really is a heart process, and then everything comes from that, which is another great quote by His Holiness Devamrita Swami, this great saint and soul. His Holiness Sarvamuni Swami. In other words, dear souls out there in the world. So, we will end there, and sorry, I thought that the video had shut down. We will end there, and I wish everyone, time to expand their consciousness deep in their heart, clear out their mind, gradually, or quickly, but either way it doesn't matter. It's incredibly admirable for those who even try it a little bit, because that will completely change their journey, so to speak. Well, quite literally actually, so I meant to say dear souls. Their journey will never be the same. Yeah. So in there, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.